You're watching Fox 22, Bangor. From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, the first round of Moderna and Pfizer shots are now available to a new demographic.
Plus, local researchers may have found a healing cure for brown-tailed moth rashes.
And we'll hear about a Maine man's arrest, which occurred yesterday by the FBI's Terrorism Task Force. This and more right now.
Good morning, and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Joe Cortez. Thank you for joining us this morning. It is Wednesday. It's going to be a pretty nice day out there, but this weekend looks even hotter.
I know. We won't be used to it after this whole week.
I know. We'll have to see how it's going to fill out when those temperatures reach 80 degrees over the weekend. So let's get a first check of our forecast. Meteorologist Conrad Sapinski joins us now.
Thank you so much, Joe and Emma. And your first weather is brought to you by Patriot Homes and Design Center in Ellsworth. We do it all for modular, mobile, and site-built homes to porches, garages, roofs, and more. All right, so pretty nice looking day out there once again to start our Wednesday today. Just a couple of clouds out there for the most part, but look just to the west of us. A lot more rain, especially by Vermont area. That rain luckily is going to stay away out of the Bangor area. So just a good amount of clouds before we get a little bit of sprinkles out there by tomorrow, especially during the morning hours. Nothing severe at that, as most of that precipitation will be staying off to the east. So most of us will see just a little bit of a drizzle out there and lots of clouds, especially today with mostly sunny skies. So a lot more sun out there for today with temperatures slightly below average and into the upper 60s out there. Tonight will be another chilly one out there, close to 50 degrees with partly cloudy skies and a little bit of drizzle out there here and there for tonight. And then once again for tomorrow, this will not be any heavy rain, as it will just be some passing showers, maybe a passing drizzle or two, with temperatures really rebounding out there tomorrow, a lot closer to average as we hover in the lower 70s out there. But later on today, we'll have lots and lots of sunshine with temperatures rising into the 60s. Joe and Emma?
Conrad, thank you.
First up this morning, an insurance business in Millinocket is facing fierce backlash after displaying a certain closure sign related to Juneteenth.
Businesses across the nation were closed Monday due to the new federal holiday. Reed Agency in Millinocket displayed a closed sign on the door that read, "Juneteenth. It's whatever. We're closed. Enjoy your fried chicken and collard greens." End quote. A photo of the sign was shared on multiple platforms, including Facebook and Reddit, sparking numerous negative comments calling the sign ignorant and saying, "Shut them down." Millinocket community members say they're outraged after seeing the sign.
I would love to see better for this community, and I think a lot of people would like to see better for this community. As a business owner, it's just not something, it's not something you do. It really isn't. It's, all inclusive. We're human beings. It just wasn't right.
The town of Millinocket released a public statement saying, in part, quote, "It is deeply saddening, disgraceful, and unacceptable for any person, business, or organization to attempt to make light of Juneteenth. There is no place in the town of Millinocket for such a blatant disregard of human decency." End quote. Following the community and social media backlash, the sign was removed from the agency. We reached out to the Reed Agency for comment, but did not receive a response.
Bangor police are looking for the suspect in an alleged stabbing incident. Tuesday morning, the police department says they responded to a call at 101 3rd Street for an assault involving an edged weapon. One person suffered severe injuries from the incident and was rushed to a local hospital. They say prior to the officers arriving, the suspect fled the scene and was actively being pursued overnight. Bangor PD says the people involved are known to each other, but they do not believe there is any danger to the public. Detectives from the Criminal Investigations Division are involved.
One man is dead following an alleged domestic violence incident in Blue Hill early Tuesday morning. Officers with Maine State Police and the Hancock County Sheriff's Office responded to a residence on Curtis Cove Road around 2:30 a.m. for a report of an injured woman being held against her will. A state police spokesperson says Peter Pfister was inside the residence with firearms. As a result of an armed confrontation, Mr. Pfister was shot and killed outside the residence. The woman was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The two troopers and the deputy sheriff involved in the shooting have been placed on administrative leave, as is standard procedure in all deadly force incidents. The Maine Attorney General's office is investigating the cause and manner of the fatal shooting.
The bodies of two young people were found inside an Auburn apartment. Investigators are now saying they were killed, ruling their deaths a homicide. Police say 21-year-old Kelsey Karen of Auburn and 21-year-old Pierre Langlois of Connecticut were both found dead inside this home late Sunday morning. Police originally responded to a report of a person suffering from cardiac arrest, and they are not detailing any of the causes of both deaths, but are ruling it a homicide. Police have no suspects, but they have begun identifying persons of interest. They're also looking for a 2018 black Hyundai Tucson.
We have been working with the Auburn Police Department with this investigation. We've had ERTs, evidence response techs, assigned at that location both Sunday and into Monday. We're currently following up with leads for people of interest in this investigation.
A friend of Kelsey Karen gave this statement after the mother of two died. Quote, "She was the hardest worker I've ever met. Her life was her girls. Nothing came before them. She had the sweetest soul and was kind to everyone." End quote.
A win for religious schools in Maine. The 6 conservative justices on the U.S. Supreme Court ruled against the Maine Department of Education, saying religious schools cannot be excluded from tuition aid for private education. Brad Rogers looks at the reaction and effect of the court's decision.
With no high school in the Bangor suburb of Glenburn, David and Amy Carson's daughter Olivia could have gone to one of 6 nearby public and private high schools, and the town would have paid for it. Just not the religious school. That changes today with this Supreme Court ruling.
That is your job as the parent. You're supposed to be in charge of your kid, not the other way, not the government or the state or anyone else.
The separation of church and state has long been debated in Congress and argued in court cases. Expressing disappointment in today's ruling, Maine Attorney General Aaron Fry says religious schools promote a single religion to the exclusion of all others, refuse to admit gay and transgender children, and openly discriminate in hiring teachers and staff. It is disturbing that the Supreme Court found parents have the right to force the public to pay for an education that is fundamentally at odds with values we hold dear. The 6 conservative members on the U.S. Supreme Court disagree.
And this is a fantastic outcome and a fantastic day for parents who simply want the right to choose the schools that are best for their children.
Michael Bindus represented the Carsons and another Maine family who sued the state. He says the separation of church and state should not apply when it comes to school choice.
This program is not about funding schools. It's about funding families. And it allows parents to make the decision where to use those funds.
The Maine Department of Education says it is reviewing the decision for its implications for Maine schools and will implement the state's tuition program in accordance with the ruling. Olivia is now in college, but her mom says today's decision will help future Maine students who wish to attend religious schools.
I'm hopeful that it will help families who live in tuitioning towns, give them another option.
This ruling only applies in Maine communities without a high school, where the town covers students' tuition payments. So most religious schools like Cheverus would still be excluded from taxpayer money. But it does open the door to that possibility in the future.
The time is now 8:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear about a Bangor resident / U.S. Senator who has recently put their home up for sale.
But first, let's take a quick look at our forecast. Temperatures in the high 60s today, mostly sunny skies, and we better enjoy it because some isolated showers are moving in this evening and will continue into tomorrow when the temperatures warm back up to a high of 73.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50.
What are you in for? Cholesterol check.
Cool. Make sure your health lives as long as you do. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
Breathe in. Can you sense it? The feeling of becoming something greater? Here in the heart of Maine, you'll find a place that the innovators of tomorrow have called home for the last 150 years. The University of Maine. Ranked as one of the nation's top research institutions, our opportunities know no bounds, Because UMaine isn't just a destination. It's a gateway to new horizons that shape who we are. We are UMaine.
When the Granite Shop wants to know the weather on MDI, they log on to foxbangor.com. At the Granite Shop in Sedgwick and in Trenton, we have more inventory than all other shops in the state combined. Fastest turnaround, too.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
The thing about domestic violence is it can happen at any point in life to anybody. The thing about Next Step is we are here at any time for you. If you feel like your relationship has gotten somewhere you never wanted it to be, just know we are here for you and will always be here for you. One thing we often hear is, if I had only known that you could help me with that, I would have called you so much sooner than I did. So please give us a call.
The Bangor Region Chamber of Commerce is recognizing businesses who've made an impact in the greater Bangor area. Stephanie Wittenbach attended Tuesday night's ceremony and has the details.
The Bangor Region Chamber of Commerce dinner is held each year to recognize businesses and organizations that have made a positive impact during the year. The last two award dinners were canceled due to the pandemic, but this year the event returned on stage at Maine Savings Amphitheater along the Bangor waterfront.
We're so delighted to finally be holding this event again, and what we do here is we celebrate and recognize individuals, businesses, and organizations that have made significant contributions and positive contributions to the Bangor region.
Newman says the highest honor was given to three businesses, Northern Light Health, Penobscot Community Healthcare, and St. Joseph Healthcare, and they all received the Business of the Year award. She says the award recognizes their leadership, innovation, and quality. Larry Baker, president and CEO of Machias Savings Bank, gave comments regarding the ceremony.
Over 150 years ago, Machias Savings Bank was founded to make a difference in our community. So for us, we're a mutual savings bank. It's not about creating shareholder wealth. It's about making a difference in the community.
Several hundred people attended Tuesday's dinner event. Newman says attendees were the first to see the new but not yet finished Maine Savings Amphitheater. Owner Alex Gray of Waterfront Concerts says the venue is about the future of entertainment for Bangor.
We have world-class concerts in Bangor, one of the smallest markets in the United States to have this caliber of entertainment in it. It is second to none. As you can see behind me, the Maine Savings Amphitheater is nearing first phase completion.
In Bangor, I'm Stephanie Wittenbach reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
U.S. Senator Susan Collins and her husband are putting their Bangor home that has been the site of recent protests on the market. Collins and Thomas Daffron are currently on the market. Their home is currently on the market for $727,000. Spokesperson Annie Clark said they love the house but are looking for a home with a single level and more space for their Labrador Retriever to play.
The time is now 8:13. After the break, children between 6 months and 5 years old are now eligible to get the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines. We'll have the latest from the CDC.
Plus, for the first time in nearly 30 years, Congress announcing a deal on gun safety. More out of Washington coming up.
As a working mom of 5, I'm feeling the burden of rising prices. But instead of getting inflation under control, the liberals in Washington are attacking America's tech innovators. Talk about being out of touch. The left's bill would take away the technology we depend on, put our personal data at risk, make China stronger and America weaker. I don't understand how any Republican senator could support this liberal nonsense. Tell Senate conservatives to stand up for American technology.
Dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516.
Hank's Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hank's Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
I'm just a cleaning lady. I'm a cleaning for you.
You have a great attention to detail. I want you on call.
Don't do this. What other option do we have?
Tony De La Rosa. I just have a couple questions.
I did what I did to save my son. I never intended for things to get out of hand like this.
The Cleaning Lady. Watch the entire first season before new episodes this fall.
A Maine man was arrested by the FBI Boston Division for his alleged role in the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. Special agents and officers with the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force in Maine arrested 61-year-old Todd Tilley of South Paris on an arrest warrant issued by the United States Court for the District of Columbia. He was taken into custody and charged. Tilley made his initial appearance in U.S. District Court in Portland Tuesday and was released on conditions. He is scheduled to appear virtually in the U.S. District Court in the District of Columbia on Tuesday, June 28th at 1 p.m. The FBI Boston Division alone has now arrested 16 people in connection to the U.S. Capitol riot.
Eager parents are lining up with their young kids hoping to get some of the first vaccine shots. Mel Meyer is in Sanford with more.
We're happy to be here.
Before the doors even opened, there was a line outside the former Sanford Marshals vaccination site.
We've been worried about their health, and we haven't taken them indoors to a lot of places.
It's a relief, not just for Chris Gorski's young kids to finally get vaccinated, but to have this option available right away.
We've been trying to get an appointment to get the vaccines, and it's been pretty frustrating. We've even had some clinics cancel on us after making the appointment.
Here, there's no appointment needed. The walk-in site run by York County Emergency Management is open every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
We have kid-friendly TV shows on, coloring stations, stuffed animals, prize boxes, everything to make it child-friendly.
It has the Moderna and Pfizer vaccine for anyone over 6 months old.
We've received calls from all over Maine and some other states as well. So based on all of that, we are expecting a large turnout this week.
Every single day felt urgent.
Sarah Prager drove more than 3 hours to North Conway, New Hampshire to get her daughter vaccinated. The next available appointment wasn't soon enough.
And I wasn't willing to wait a full week because we've already been waiting 2.5 years.
Some pharmacies like Walgreens are not vaccinating kids under 3 right now. Prager booked another appointment in New Hampshire in case something closer doesn't open up.
I hope that 4 weeks from now the rollout will have improved.
The Maine CDC is asking parents to be patient with providers. Officials say taking on this new work may create some early logistical challenges, but they're confident that the medical community will rise to the occasion.
The time is now 8:18.
Now let's get a full look at our forecast with Conrad Sapinski. He joins us now.
Good morning, Conrad.
Thank you so much, Joe and Emma. Your Maine weather is brought to you by Patriot Homes and Design Center in Ellsworth. We do it all from modular, mobile, and site-built homes to porches, garages, roofs, and more. So another nice and beautiful start to the day. Just a couple passing clouds out there. It is a little bit on the cooler end, but luckily for us, all of this rain in the northeast is just to the west of us. So most of us out here in Maine are in the clear. Just a little bit of cloud cover out there for the most part today. But then tonight, more thicker clouds and even some drizzle will be moving in. No heavy rain at that as it continues tomorrow, as most of that heavier rain will be just to the east of us. That will be for tomorrow and then once again for the Friday time frame. But talking a little bit about temperatures out there right now, some 40s and 50s out there, so it is a little bit on the milder end, except Machias is in the 30s out there right now, so a little bit cooler closer to the coast out there, but overall we are all in the 40s and a couple of 50s out there. But check out this temperature trend for the rest of the week. Look how we really rise by the weekend. By Friday, Saturday, and Sunday back into the 80s, and then we really stick around hovering close to that 80-degree mark by beginning of next week. So by next week, a lot closer to average and even slightly above average temperatures will be continuing. But with those really warm temperatures, brings that humidity a lot warmer and a lot higher humidity out there, which means it will become very humid, especially closer to the weekend and beginning of next week. But today will be another nice day out there, a little bit on the cooler end, as we are going to be hovering in the upper 60s out there, so slightly below average temperatures at that. And then once again for tonight, a little bit cooler. Some spots will be getting some upper 40s, and around here in Bangor, hovering around 50 degrees with partly cloudy skies and some passing drizzle that will be continuing into tomorrow as temperatures rise into the lower 70s. But our 5-day outlook does show really nice weather back in the forecast, especially by Saturday and Sunday with 80s and a lot of sunshine back by the weekend.
Hey, that's great news about your shoulder.
My dogs are so happy to be playing fetch again, and I'm cleared up to go back to work next week.
I know it's been a challenging time for you. How about the repairs on your truck?
It's as good as new. I can't thank you enough. This would have been so stressful without your help.
It's our pleasure. We're representing injured Mainers every day.
Honestly, I couldn't have done it without your whole team. Calling Joe was the best decision.
We're Maine lawyers working for Maine people and Maine people only.
Spectrum presents Stream Home Makeover with JoJo.
We transform the Joneses' home, upgrading their entertainment experience with the best TV and internet services from Spectrum. Let's go! With Spectrum TV, you get your favorite channels and streaming apps, plus tons of on-demand.
Switch to Spectrum TV and Internet for only $49.99 a month each with no contract. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Ready for more? Take a look! With the free Spectrum TV app, you can stream live sports, news, and more on all your devices, inside, outside, and on the go.
Wow, that's awesome!
There's more. We powered up the game room with Spectrum Internet, which gives you the fast, reliable speeds you need to power all your devices. And it comes with free security suite, so you can feel completely safe and secure.
Switch to Spectrum TV and Internet for only $49.99 a month each with free modem. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Give your home a Spectrum Stream home makeover. Call now.
You don't stay in business as long as Rowell's Garage unless you're doing a lot of things right. Since 1946, Rowell's Garage in Dover Foxcroft has seen many customers drive off the lot completely satisfied, and they keep coming back. Why? Things like a wide selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Incredible customer service. A repair center that does it right the first time and on time. But the biggest reason, like new quality vehicles at a pre-owned price. So save yourself the hassle and save yourself some money. Rowell's Garage, Dover Foxcroft.
Now to Congress, one step closer to passing the most significant gun safety legislation in decades.
ABC's Andrea Fujii has the latest.
This morning, for the first time in nearly 30 years, Congress announcing a deal on gun safety.
This is a breakthrough. And more importantly, it's a bipartisan breakthrough.
The agreement coming after a group of 20 senators, 10 from both parties, spent a week behind closed doors. The bill includes enhanced background checks for gun buyers under the age of 21. It closes loopholes to prevent people convicted of domestic violence from owning guns, and it provides $15 billion in funding for states to implement programs aimed at addressing gun violence and bolstering school security and mental health. Not in the plan, a so-called red flag law that could prevent dangerous or troubled individuals from getting guns. But Texas Senator John Cornyn argues this plan will allow states to decide on their own regulations.
This grant program will give every state funding that implements programs that they themselves have adopted to stop individuals in crisis from reaching the point of violence or self-harm.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell vowing to support the bill, saying, "For years, the far left falsely claimed that Congress could only address the terrible issue of mass murders by trampling on law-abiding Americans' constitutional rights. This bill proves that false." But last night, the NRA arguing otherwise, saying this legislation can be abused to restrict lawful gun purchases, infringe upon the rights of law-abiding Americans, and use federal dollars to fund gun control measures by state and local politicians.
The Senate voted last night 64 to 34 to advance the proposal. That means it could be approved by the end of the week.
But it's still unclear how much this bill will cost or how it will be paid for, which could be a challenge going forward.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, the town of Herman has just two pressure hydrants in the community. So what happens when fire crews run out of water? We'll take a look.
Plus, a Maine-based skincare company has found a new connection between their product and the brown-tail moth caterpillar rash. We'll have these stories and more local news as Good Morning Maine continues.
It is said that the eyes are the windows into the soul, which begs the question, can a window have a soul? At Renewal by Andersen, we think so. When it's a window forged from fibrings and over 100 years of refined craftsmanship, the essence of who we are transforms into a superior, stunningly beautiful window. So yes, a window can have a soul. For a limited time, take advantage of this great offer. Find out why we are the better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
On the road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from the Whoopie Pie Festival in Dover Foxcroft, is sponsored by Vale's Custom Cakes and Bakery, 83 East Main Street, Dover Foxcroft. Check out our Whoopie Pies at the Whoopie Pie Festival. Berg Activewear. Let us design your company shirts and caps for your school, team, event, or whatever it may be. Visit bergactivewear.com. And Peace, Love, and Waffles. Try a waffle like you've never had before. Open Wednesday through Sunday, 7 to 2. Ask about private events.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Well, welcome back. It's Wednesday, June 22nd of 2022. The forecast is coming up in just a moment. The first Dairy Queen opened up 82 years ago today.
Stevie Wonder released his first single 59 years ago today when he was just 13 years old. The song was Fingertips. It was 32 years ago today that the state of Florida outlawed the wearing of a thong bathing suit in public, which has definitely changed since then.
Oh, it had to have. I mean, if you've been down to Florida, you know it's wild.
That's what they're known for. Honestly.
And actor, singer, and songwriter Chris Christopherson is 86. Actress Meryl Streep is 73. And Mr. and Mrs. Adam Sandler are celebrating their 19th wedding anniversary.
Chocolate Eclair Day is today. Onion Rings Day. And Stupid Guy Thing Day, which I don't know, bikini thong bathing suits, I don't know if that's considered a stupid guy thing.
Stupid guy thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that can fall into that category.
No correlation there.
No, but the onion rings definitely sound fantastic.
Yes.
Before we get over there, we're going to throw things over to Conrad Sapinski. Hopefully we'll see those forecasts warm up today, and there's going to be a little showers coming in, but the weekend looks beautiful. Conrad, what's in store?
Thank you so much, Joe and Emma. And your first weather is brought to you by Patriot Homes and Design Center in Ellsworth. We do it all from modular, mobile, and site-built homes to porches, garages, roofs, and more. All right, so pretty nice looking day out there once again to start our Wednesday today. Just a couple of clouds out there for the most part, but look just to the west of us lot more rain, especially by Vermont area. That rain luckily is going to stay away out of the Bangor area, so just a good amount of clouds before we get a little bit of sprinkles out there by tomorrow, especially during the morning hours. Nothing severe at that, as most of that precipitation will be staying off to the east. So most of us will see just a little bit of a drizzle out there and lots of clouds, especially today with mostly sunny skies. So a lot more sun out there for today, with temperatures slightly below average and into the upper 60s out there. Tonight will be another chilly one out there, close to 50 degrees with partly cloudy skies and a little bit of drizzle out there here and there for tonight. And then once again for tomorrow, this will not be any heavy rain, as it will just be some passing showers, maybe a passing drizzle or two, with temperatures really rebounding out there tomorrow, a lot closer to average as we hover in the lower 70s out there. But later on today, we'll have lots and lots of sunshine with temperatures rising into the 60s. Joe and Emma?
Thank you, Conrad.
Back to your local news. The Sound of Music has returned to Bangor waterfront. This year marks the Bangor Band's 163rd birthday. The band was back for its first concert of the season Tuesday night. However, band members say they're excited to be back in action to kick off the summer season.
Good fun, a lot of old-fashioned, sort of bring out your lawn chair, have a great time listening to some great music. Everything from, marches and patriotic selections to newer works, Broadway showstoppers, that sort of thing.
The historic Bangor Band is one of the oldest continuous community bands in the United States and has performed at several venues in Bangor since 1859. Longtime Bangor Band conductor Chip Farnham will be retiring at the end of this summer season.
And there's a new skincare product manufactured right here in Maine that stumbled upon a correlation between lobster proteins and repairing skin barriers.
And now the product has found a connection to healing brown-tail moth rashes.
Soothing relief from the sea. Marin Skincare is a Maine-based company which stumbled upon a major discovery.
We're bioengineers that worked with lobster scientists at UMaine and discovered that in the same way this protein helps lobsters regenerate claws, it could actually help repair the skin barrier.
Their first product launched in 2020 after partnering with Luke's Lobster Pier in Portland. Founders Patrick Breeding and Amber Boudiette found a solution for many who suffer from eczema, psoriasis, and dermatitis. Little did they know their product would open a new discovery involving Maine's widely known brown-tail moths.
The rash that it causes are actually the brown-tail caterpillar furs getting in your skin barrier and causing contact dermatitis.
After many reviews and private emails from consumers, the team began its research.
And so we finally made this understanding of, it's actually contact dermatitis. So in the same way these proteins found in lobsters were able to help with eczema and dermatitis, it was helping people with the brown-tail moth caterpillar rash.
Many customers have seen great results, and the company has grown 400% over its first year.
I think when you have something that really dramatically changes people's lives, they give you a lot of feedback and they become invested in the brand, and fielding that feedback has been really, really important.
Maine just had one of its worst brown-tail moth seasons this past year, and experts are saying there are signs 2022 could continue a years-long outbreak of the invasive insect. But with all the growth and success Marin has seen in its early days, Breeding said while their goal is to become a national and international brand, they have no plans to sell this to Big Pharma, and have all the intentions of keeping Maine heritage as the highlight of their business.
Our goal is to not create vanity 9-step skincare routines. It's to solve big problems.
In Bangor, I'm Joe Cortez for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Water is essential when it comes to fighting fires.
But what happens when fire trucks run out of water? That's when towns and cities depend on pressure hydrants or even fire protection ponds.
As Jody Hersey tells us, Herman has 28 of these fire ponds that crews rely on and help maintain.
The town of Herman has just 2 pressure hydrants in the community, which is why fire ponds like this one behind me are so vital in helping the fire department fight a fire.
So fire ponds in the rural setting are how we get water to extinguish fires. In the town of Herman, we rely on them heavily.
Assistant Herman Fire Chief Cody Sullivan says the water used to fight any fire comes off the fire trucks first, and when those trucks run out, crews stop at one of the town's 28 fire ponds to fill back up.
With any static water supply that's naturally occurring, sometimes they do dry up. We have ponds that are better than others. We do have keep track of what ponds are short on water, and we know that so that we don't rely on that in case there is a fire.
Sullivan says some of the fire ponds are maintained by the members of the Herman Fire Department.
There is annual maintenance that the fire department does do as far as testing and making sure they're ready to go, preparing them every spring and checking them to make sure the flow is adequate. And then there is periodic maintenance where the ponds have to be rehabbed that we put out for third-party contractors.
Many of the fire ponds in Herman can be found in the town's subdivisions, which require an easement, while others are located on private property.
The closer your home is to a fire hydrant, the lower your homeowner's insurance would be. So by allowing us to have a fire pond on their property, typically they would see some sort of reduction in their homeowner's insurance.
For safety reasons, the fire department reminds all residents not to access or allow children to play around the Herman fire ponds, just like you would with any other body of water. In Herman, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Still to come here this morning, a few hundred kids hit the turf at Cameron Stadium for the annual Patriots Alumni Youth Camp. Dave Peck will join us for sports next.
But first, let's take a quick look at our forecast. A high of 69 degrees today, mostly sunny skies. We'll see some isolated showers tonight and into tomorrow. Temperatures dropping down to a low of 50 overnight. And tomorrow we're back up in the mid to low 70s.
The signs of spring are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And the flowers bloom with warmer days on the horizon. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort with the changing of the seasons. With a push of a button on a Fujitsu heat pump, you're ready for whatever spring brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again. There's absolutely no fee unless we win money for you.
I called the twos after a big truck put me in the hospital. I never paid Lowry and Associates a penny out of my pocket. They came to the hospital, got my medical bills paid, got me $350,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry and Associates. Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Attention Maine fishermen, we want to see your biggest catch and for you to win some great prizes. Go to foxbangor.com and click on contest and giveaway. Then upload your photo for your chance to win. Sponsored by Willie's Sports Center, Mill Mall, and Ellsworth. We have everything for fishing from trout to tuna, fly fishing, trolling, and ocean rigging. We carry fat tire e-bikes to get to remote spots and snow dog utility machines. We have all your hunting and outdoor essentials.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity.
All right.
F is family.
We have family business to discuss.
We're getting a puppy?
No.
Then I'm not sure I care. X is love.
Sweet dreams. Love you.
Love you too, because you're my mom.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week.
On Fox 22.
The most talented home cooks return.
There's someone from every season.
This is MasterChef Back to Win.
Don't miss an all-new episode tonight only on Fox.
Good morning, everyone. Well, first she dominated the basketball circuit. Now Skowhegan's JC Christopher has yet another accolade, this time on the diamond. Christopher has been named this year's Miss Maine Softball, helping lead the Riverhawks to the regional finals after taking home the trophy in 2021. The award follows a winter season where Christopher earned the title of Miss Maine Basketball, Gatorade Player of the Year, and helped guide the Riverhawks to their first ever gold ball. So what a way to go out. And of course, her career is not done. She will continue playing basketball at Boston University next fall. So best of luck to JC as she continues her career. Now let's transition to the Patriots. These days, it's been not so safe of a bet to take NFL retirements at face value. We've seen Rob Gronkowski and Tom Brady waffle back and forth over the last several years, but this latest announcement seems a little more permanent, at least we think. After 11 NFL seasons, former Patriot Rob Gronkowski has announced his retirement again. Take that for what it's worth, because he did retire after the 2018 season before returning to the Tampa Bay Bucks. But he is 33 now, so it seems maybe a little more likely that this is the real thing. If so, Gronk finishes his career as a 4-time Super Bowl champion, 3 with the Pats, 1 with the Bucks, with the most postseason touchdown receptions in NFL history, and as one of the most dominant tight ends the league has ever seen. So if it does last this time around, perhaps Hall of Fame is on the way. We'll stay with the Patriots now and get a little bit local here. Over 300 kids hit Cameron Stadium on Tuesday for the annual Patriots Alumni Youth Camp. So naturally, Tyler Cruz and our sports intern and UMaine football player Jack Webb went to check it out.
Now, we were a couple hours up from Foxborough, so when sports intern Jack Webb and I heard that there were going to be some former Patriot players up at Cameron Stadium teaching the next generation of football stars, we had to check it out.
Well, what I especially like about this camp up in Bangor, Maine, is the enthusiasm and the discipline of the children. You're all very fortunate up here in Maine.
Pan out there and take a look at this. There's got to be 300 kids. We have this kind of participation in only one other place, and that's at Gillette Stadium. How cool is it that the sixth grader can look up and see these high school guys helping them out, on Friday night, they can come and watch them play.
It's awesome. I mean, the kids are having fun. I mean, we're out here teaching them, and it's great for us.
Being the example of what a Bangor Ram should be to these young guys, that's really important to me. Yeah.
With a little football experience under my belt, I wanted to step in and try to show them how it's done.
I think that it's just like that sense of a need to give something back to the community. It's a chance for me to get back together with former players.
I've been a Patriots fan my whole life. It's cool to see all these people here and work hard and, just have a good time.
It's pretty cool because they have a lot more experience.
The main thing that I'm trying to do is to encourage them to play sports, to get outside, to get out in the nice sunshine, get that vitamin D, and to be active.
Today's pretty fun, but it's hot. Yeah, it's hot.
So when it's all said and done, whether you're a Patriots fan or not.
I'm not a Patriots fan, but it's still fun. I haven't been saying 1, 2, 3 Patriots. I keep saying let's go Saints.
A lot of kids just out here trying to enjoy some football.
I just like playing football.
No, you're not going to solve 300 kids' problems or motivate 300 kids to do something, but if you touch one life out here with football, you've made it count. And you can do that with 300 kids, or you can do that with 2.
Hi. We just want our pizza. Yeah, I want pizza.
After a hard day's work, you just get your pizza, right? Congratulations to all the kids there for what looked like a great time out there. And I know Jack Webb and Tyler Cruz had a great time out there and putting together. It was good to see Jack hit some bags there. So he's got his workouts for Maine football, but we put him to work during the day as well. So it's good to see that. Now let's talk some basketball here. It's been almost a week since the Celtics lost Game 6 of the NBA Finals, and the focus has shifted from beating the Warriors to getting back there next season. Now, it's no secret that the Celtics struggled to get going last fall to start the year, which is something they'd obviously like to avoid moving forward. Now, Brad Stevens spoke Tuesday about goals for the summer and areas he thinks the team needs to improve. Defense has certainly been a strength, but playmaking and depth, that needs to improve.
We have a unique identity, and we have uniqueness in our size and our ability to be versatile, all across the board. And so we have to take all of that into account when we're adding to our team. But if we can maintain that and add some playmaking, yeah, without a doubt, you want to do that.
Sounds like a good plan. All right, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, free delivery within striking distance of their 21 locations statewide. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
What could possibly be better than our annual tent sale? Wait a minute, I have a better idea. How about a no tent sale?
He's right. Dorsey's has scoured their warehouses and suppliers for discontinued, slightly damaged, one-of-a-kind furniture and mattresses. You'll find great tent sale discounts of up to 50% off throughout our showroom. They save the cost of the tent, security, and weather damage and pass the savings on to you. Genius.
It's simple. Less cost for us, more savings for you, my friend.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
We've never done a project this big. I can't wait to get started. For someone so deserving.
She broke the glass ceiling.
We're giving their first female firefighter a complete firehouse makeover. Yes! We need it. Wow! Plus, Entertainment Tonight's Nichelle Turner at the Drew's desk. Next Drew.
The Drew Barrymore Show, Wednesday at 3 on Fox 22.
And welcome back into Good Morning Maine.
We're here with Aaron Rideout. Thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
He is the Bangor District Game Warden in our local area. What's the Bangor District, Aaron?
So the Bangor District consists of the towns Bangor, Vesey, Orono, Old Town, Hudson, Alton, and Argyle.
Gotcha. So we'd like to talk about fishing licenses and derbies here today. So we thought we'd bring Aaron in to talk about our local area, but we can talk about the whole state as well. First off, who needs a fishing license?
So pretty much everybody needs a fishing license if you're going to be fishing on the inland waters of Maine. There is a couple exceptions for children 16 and under, and then also adults 65 years of age and older.
And going along with fishing licenses, there's a reason why we have to get them. And a lot of people out there go, why do I need to pay for a license? But the money goes towards a good cause. And on top of it, we have to keep fish regulated in all of our inlands and everything going around. So the reasons behind it is, could you kind of explain, do you know exactly where the money goes? I know it may be back to the department to help out with staffing and things like that.
Yeah. Some of the proceeds from fishing license sales go back to helping the fish hatcheries. Help us grow, fish so that it can be stocked, so that people can catch them. Perfect.
Gotcha. Awesome. Good to know. How can you get a fishing license?
So if you visit the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife, maine.gov, that's our website, you can pretty much purchase any license or registration online now.
Gotcha. They've made it a lot easier.
A lot easier. As long as you have some form or method, to pay online, either a credit or debit card, and then you have information, your name, date of birth, address, or if you have a prior fishing license, you can use that as well to help you gain.
Now, do you have to get one every single year?
You do have to get a fishing license every year. There's a couple weekends that's put out by the commissioner for free fishing weekends sporadically throughout the year. Cool. The best way to keep in touch with that is to sign up for the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife's email list. You'll get an email, let you know the dates.
I need to do that.
Yes.
Going off of that as well, how do fishing laws vary depending on where in the state you are?
So the state of Maine is broken up into two zones. You have the North Zone and the South Zone. And basically online you can get that information of where the zones are actually split up. But basically that'll just change on certain bodies of water, how many brook trout you can catch or what type of lures on what type, during what part of the year that certain lures can be used and things like that.
Right, so. Different for ice fishing versus pond fishing.
Correct.
And what's catch and release and what is keepable in a sense,
exactly.
right? Okay.
Gotcha. And we were talking earlier, we do have to check. Penobscot County, we believe, may be in 2 different zones, but that map is clearly available on the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife's website, which we will link, and we'll post this and we'll link it. But derbies. Do you know about any upcoming derbies in the area?
Sure. All that information on derbies is also available right on the website, but I think one that would be good to mention, and there's actually going to be a derby this Saturday. It's going to be up in Enfield on Coldstream Pond, and it's being sponsored by the 2025 senior class from the Penobscot Valley High School. Gotcha. So it should be a fun day, and
big
it goes
turnout.
to a good cause.
Yeah,
so.
A good cause. Yep, in Enfield. Cool. I know, and I saw there's a whole section on the website that says just for derbies. So
exactly.
There's one this Saturday. You said Saturday.
Yep, this Saturday,
and
the 25th.
They're all summer.
Yeah.
Now, are the derbies directly sponsored from the Maine Inland Fisheries and Wildlife, or are they more of like town derbies and you guys kind of take in everything?
Well, there is a bunch of different sponsors who can sponsor the derby. If the derby has to go through our department to get a permit, and not all derbies are open to the public either. There's certain bass clubs and everything that will do their own, but all the ones that are sponsored on the website will be an open derby that anybody can partake in.
Gotcha. Some, I think, just for kids too, right?
That's correct.
Cool.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
bummer.
that's
I can't
exciting.
get in there. I was going to grab my derby and get out there with the kids, but okay.
That's not fair, Joe.
Yeah, you gotta allow the kids to have some fun and
Yeah.
everything. So what's one of the first piece of advice for somebody who maybe would be trying to get into fishing this year? We've seen a lot of people after the pandemic trying to get outside and enjoy new activities. What would be kind of the first piece of advice you'd give to somebody who's maybe never touched a rod or strung up a hook or anything like that?
I'd just try to say, there's a lot of people that know how to fish and that enjoy fishing. Try to just link up with somebody and at least go out with them a couple times, get the experience. That person, should know the laws, obviously, buy a fishing license. And I would say there's an app online that you can download as well. It's the Maine Fishing Laws online angling tool, and you can get that right online. You can download it as an app to your phone. And basically what it is it's a map that you can view on your phone almost from an aerial view, and it'll show all the bodies of water and if they have special regulations or not. So if you have any questions, it's right there. So
technology is a wonderful thing.
That is very
isn't it?
comprehensive. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming in so early, Aaron.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. We'll throw things over to Conrad Sipinski. He joins us now with the latest look at your forecast.
Thank you so much, Joe and Emma. Your Maine weather is brought to you by Patriot Homes and Design Center in Ellsworth. We do it all from modular, mobile, and site-built homes to porches, garages, roofs, and more. So another nice and beautiful start to the day. Just a couple passing clouds out there. It is a little bit on the cooler end, but luckily for us, all of this rain in the northeast is just to the west of us, so most of us out here in Maine are in the clear. Just a little bit of cloud cover out there for the most part today, but then tonight, more thicker clouds and even some drizzle will be moving in. No heavy rain at that as it continues tomorrow, as most of that heavier rain will be just to the east of us. That will be for tomorrow and then once again for the Friday time frame. But talking a little bit about temperatures out there right now, some 40s and 50s out there, so it is a little bit on the milder end, except Machias is in the 30s out there right now, so a little bit cooler closer to the coast out there, but overall we are all in the 40s and a couple of 50s out there. But check out this temperature trend for the rest of the week. Look how we really rise by the weekend, by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday back into the 80s, and then we really stick around hovering close to that 80-degree mark by beginning of next week. So by next week, a lot closer to average and even slightly above average temperatures will be continuing. But with those really warm temperatures, brings that humidity a lot warmer and a lot higher humidity out there, which means it will become very humid, especially closer to the weekend and beginning of next week. But today will be another nice day out there, a little bit on the cooler end, as we are going to be hovering in the upper 60s out there, so slightly below average temperatures at that. And then once again for tonight, a little bit cooler. Some spots will be getting some upper 40s, and around here in Bangor, hovering around 50 degrees with partly cloudy skies and some passing drizzle that will be continuing into tomorrow as temperatures rise into the lower 70s. But our 5-day outlook does show really nice weather back in the forecast, especially by Saturday and Sunday with 80s and a lot of sunshine back by the weekend.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50. So it helps to have a wise friend and fierce defender like AARP to help you take control of your health along the way.
What's in it?
I don't know, but it's green.
Green's good.
Whether it's your wellness,
What are you in for?
cholesterol check,
Cool.
your brain health,
Yes.
or your endurance. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
I'm 82 years old and I have collapsed arches, which means the first thing that hits the ground is the bone in my arch. I came to Comfort Shoes 4 years ago because I couldn't walk without pain. And she spent so much time on my feet getting the right shoe, and we finally found the right pair. Once you made these orthotics for me, I have no pain. These are so comfortable. I have no discomfort. I feel like I could go running, and I thank you and Comfort Shoes for that.
You don't just go to work. You do the work. And it shows. You're committed to training and inspiring others. And you play as hard as you work. For that, you need a vehicle as strong as you are to get you where you want to go. Dedication. That's a Varney value, and one you'll find at Varney Buick GMC, Hogan Road, Bangor.
Yes. 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 I'll have what she's having, and you can too. Get ready for the good dish. Delicious twist on your favorite comfort foods. Decadent desserts you can whip up in no time. And game-changing shortcuts. What's for dinner is about to get way easier. And way more fun than doing the dishes. So get ready to get dishing.
Weekdays at 1 on Fox 22.
It's not unusual for us to find key lime pie on our favorite restaurant menu or in the freezer case at the market. But do you know what makes key limes different from regular limes? Here are some regular limes, also known as Persian limes. As you can see, their skin is deep green and they're about the size of a billiard ball. And when you taste them, get ready to pucker up. Now these are key limes. See how much smaller they are? And their skin is lighter and much thinner. As for the taste, it's a bit smoother and milder, which makes them perfect for the cupcakes we're whipping up today. After baking a white cake mix that we've taken up a notch by adding some key lime juice and zest, we cut a hole in the center of each one with an apple core or a paring knife. Then we fill these with some canned key lime pie filling before topping them with a homemade buttercream. A few graham cracker crumbs go on top, and there you have it. Everything you love about a key lime pie in the form of a cupcake. I really do hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our key lime pie cupcakes so you can enjoy the goodness of summer all year long. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a tasty pucker-up way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Finally, more baby formula is on the way as Operation Fly Formula continues to get supplies from overseas. Delta Airlines is expected to bring a total of 13 flights this week into the U.S.
The passenger carrier has donated cargo space for transporting Kendamil baby formula from London. By week's end, the equivalent of 4 million 8-ounce bottles will have been imported, according to the Biden administration.
And before we going in ordinance with the interview we just had, we do have a photo contest going on our website. It is the biggest catch photo contest.
Yep. And I don't know a lot about the biggest catch photo contest, but it's beginning April 4th So it already started, and it goes through June 26th. So, I mean, I guess this can be if you already have a prized photo that you
Send
really
it right
like.
in. It has to be in the state of Maine. That is one of the rules. But submit them in. They are posted on our website. There's a couple up there already. They do look great. And what a better place than to see Maine fishermen out there, fishermen and fisherwomen, that is, all out there having fun, having a blast. Take a pic of those big catches and send them right in.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a chance to feature some of them on the show.
And no Photoshops. No cropping, no altering.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It shouldn't have to be said,
what's the rule too? Where like if you put the fish up high enough or far enough away from your face, you make it look bigger. So get crazy with it. Get out there and be able to check some things out. But I mean, it's one of those fun things. We love running contests here